be good to go. So anyways, this is just for a smaller group of girls that were working really, really hard last month. I mean, you guys' enrollments were amazing. Consistency was amazing. They worked really hard. We had a separate push chat for them, and they really just stuck with it and were very, very consistent. We did it for 2 weeks in March, and then we did it again for the whole month of April. And I am just really, really incredibly proud of them. And I know that the majority of them are newer and they haven't heard your story at all. So like I said a second ago, I really, really appreciate you hopping on with us on a Saturday night, especially when you have your own team power hour going on right now. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time out to pour into us. And, you know, I am lucky enough, you guys, to know all the ins and outs and backwards, forwards, upside down parts of Kim's story on a daily basis. So, but like I said, I know that most of the girls on here are fairly new. So I would love for you to just take, you know, however long you want and just kind of, you know, share a little bit of your story real quick, however much of that you want to share.
Yes, girl. So it feels weird every time Kenzie like has me on her Zoom or she has me on her or I have her on mine, because we're like sisters. So when we have to be even kind of serious, I'm like, hee. But if it's anybody else, I'm like, yes, totally serious. Let's get down to business. So hi guys, my name is, luckily both of my kids just fell asleep. Kenzie knows my kids go to bed at like 8:30, and tonight was not the case. So I am super excited to be talking to y'all, because I know Kenzie's team be on fire, be lit all the time. So I am Kim Cain, Crystal. I'm Kim Cain, and I have been with It Works for 5.5 years now. I am a triple diamond with the company, and my boyfriend Joe is a diamond. So he did none of the work to get there. I did that as well. People are always like, oh my God, you're so lucky he works this with you. I'm like, no. He supports me by watching the kids. So we have been so blessed with this business, you guys. 5.5 years ago, Kenzie's right. She knows my whole story. She knows the stuff that y'all will never know, the dirty, dirty, dirty secrets. So I started this business 5.5 years ago with an eviction notice. Not a joke. We were evicted. It wasn't like in the making and then we saved ourselves. No, we were evicted during the same time I was joining It Works. And it was like the most just like moment, because I grew up very poor. For those of you who don't know, I have 8 siblings and they're all real. People always ask me, are they step and adopted and like half? No, like, well, yeah, some of them are half, but they're all mine. They're all my siblings. We grew up in the same damn house, struggling together. So my mom was a single parent, and we grew up very poor. So like homeless shelters, 2-bedroom trailers. My mom, I remember telling me, you know, no, you cannot get school shoes. Like that's not a thing right now. And so I grew up very poor. So going into my adult life, I mean, my mom is the best mom, ask Kenzie, my best friend, but we just grew up very poor. And she was single with 9 kids. That's hard. So going into my adult life, I promised myself that I would not live that lifestyle. Like there's no reason, right? I'm not going to be a single mom of 9 kids, so I'll be fine. No, my money mindset was completely broken because of my childhood. So going into my adult life, I racked up all this debt, from credit cards to going to college for literally 2 weeks. I racked up $5,000 in debt, took out every credit card. I remember telling my sister Harley, she just reminded me of this on Sunday. She said, do you remember when you told me I'm going to take out all the credit cards and I'm not going to pay them back because who cares? It's free money. And I said, yeah, I do. That's disgusting. So like, I remember just growing up thinking credit cards are free money. Like who cares? Don't pay it back. You die with debt, homegirl. Like you die with debt. So in my adult life, I was like, I will not make the same mistakes. Well, I started to make the same mistakes like the second I turned 18. I was racking up all the debt. Then we moved in. Joe and I got our first apartment together, and it was my first place by myself as an adult. And we started to get behind on the rent. And I thought, no big deal. We'll get like DHS to help us out or something. And life was just starting to look exactly like it did when I was a child growing up, only now it's all on my shoulders. So we had a brand new 1-month-old baby at the same time that I joined this business. He was literally a month and 1 day old when I said yes to the business. And I was being evicted. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week at a factory job that I hated. And I was atheist. I was negative. I didn't have any friends. I was brand new to Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is very big compared to the little old Charlotte, Michigan I was used to. And even in Charlotte, I didn't have any friends because I graduated high school a year and a half late. So I didn't have I hated school. So I said yes to this business simply because I went to a Triad event, and there was literally 200 plus people at this Triad event wearing black, green, and bling, looking like damn fools, making all this money from their phone, right? I'm like, okay, sure you are. And I remember just going because my best friend at the time, he was like, if you could just come and I'll buy you dinner and like we'll just get together. I didn't know I was walking into an It Works event. I didn't know that. So I had on like this horrible Duck Dynasty hoodie. My hair was a hot mess because I used to have hair. And I had my month-old baby in a car seat. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing here? And I just remember thinking it was stupid, especially because I was atheist. So the more that they mentioned God, the more turned off that I was. I was like, oh my gosh, now y'all are thanking this imaginary person for all your success. Like, this is a bunch of crock. Like, I just don't know. This is crazy, but I'll sit here and I'll listen. And because I don't really have a choice. And he wrapped me for free. I remember I didn't get to do that though until I got home. So I put the wrap on it. It was awesome. But I was like, yeah, sure, the products are probably great. I'd love to help my mom body, but like, no, I will never do anything like this. And then this lady got on stage and she said that she was making about $2,000 a month from home. And I'm like, what? Like, at that moment, I wanted nothing more. I just saw that I could be home with my brand new baby full time. And I was like, oh my gosh, if there's even like an inkling of a chance that I can do that, I'll figure it out. Like, and that's crazy because I'm not that type. I'm the type who does everything bare minimum, everything. School, friendships, jobs, like bare minimum. So I said yes to the business that same night at the Triad event. So point is, get your potentials and your guests to our events. It's what we have them for. And oh my gosh, I said yes. And I was like, I'd rather say, oh well, than what if. So I said yes. And I started, guys, I went diamond in 5 months. I earned the $10,000 bonus, and I was making what that lady on stage said she was making every month. And shut up. May 16th, Triad in Lansing. Okay, so now that we know that, okay, now that I know that, okay. So
yeah, Jen's doing one.
What the? Oh my gosh. Okay, well now I have to go look in the groups. All right, so that's exciting. Okay, fun. So get your team to the events, but also get your guests to the events. That's like the whole point. Yes, you want your team to show up and show out. You want to get those cool pictures. You want to hug them, but you want to get your guests there because then you have someone like me show up who's completely against it, doesn't want anything to do with it. And then they're like, oh, wait a second. So I went diamond in 5 months, which is on average about, Amy just went diamond, so she knows the deal. It's about $2,000 a month on average. It can be anywhere from like $1,400, $1,500, all the way up to $2,000 or more. And I love that I did that in 5 months because I didn't even think I could do it ever. And so then I sat at diamond for 2 years. I had a lot of growing to do in my brain space. I had a lot of growing up to do in my leadership. So I went diamond in 5 months, but I sat there for 2 years, and then I went double and triple back to back. So now I'm going for presidential, and y'all, it feels good to have a team that is on fire and rocking and rolling and promoting and doing the damn thing and getting bonuses and just getting the bigger picture. So that's a little bit about me. Now I have 2 kids. Their names are Eric and Lucy. They're 3.5, 5.5, and they're my whole life. So I love what I do. That's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for that. All right, have a good night.
No. Okay, bye guys. I'll talk to you later.
Right. Okay, so let me back up for a second.
Can someone mute Sissy? Crystal, maybe?
What? Oh, yeah, Crystal.
I think she got it. There we go. So, I didn't want her to accidentally make a noise.
Let me back up a second. So, okay, you guys, like, I even haven't been able to attend, like, in-person events in a long time, especially consistently. But that is one of the very big things that impacted my journey in the beginning, was definitely attending things like Crystal mentioned. She eventually signed up after attending event and stuff like that. But even just like plugging in to events, just like this weekend, how we had the, the one online or whatever, like you could live stream in these types of Zooms and stuff like that. But Kim, what I want to back up and talk about is how, because I, okay, no, you're fine. Is, okay, I want to make sure I don't know if you can still hear me or not.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't think you'd be back to me that quick. Okay.
No, you're fine. Is that I wanted to, because I remember back when, when there wasn't a lot, like you and I'm not saying this to like point this out because it's only you. I'm saying this because I remember this specific conversation between you and we were talking about how when you were like, man, I'm here at this event, like where's my team? Like where's my team? Where's my team? And then it was only you showing up, or you and just a couple of people showing up, but you still showed up. Like no matter how many people from your team were there or tried to be there or was on the Zoom or was on the call or was at the party or whatever, like you still showed up. And then eventually that whole time, like your team is watching you that entire time showing up. And then just kind of, can you like just talk about that for a quick second? Like how sometimes it feels like it's only you doing the things, but you still do them anyways, and then others do follow.
Yeah, I would love to. So people follow people who know where they're going. So like when I first, like I said, you guys, I first started this business, like when I first started this business, I had no idea what I was doing. No idea. So think about it as, I'm going to touch on this real quick. Think about it as like, what if you went and got a job at Meijer? Like a grocery store. Okay, if you go get a job at a grocery store, are you just gonna walk in there like, I run this place, I know everything, I know how to do everything, I know how to press the buttons on the cash register, I know how to talk to the customers? No, you have to be trained. You literally have to be trained at every single job that you show up to. When I started Rallies, I used to work at Checkers and Rallies, you guys, for 5 years. I worked at that place. Okay, yuck, but I did, and it gave me people skills. Even if I wanted to punch people in the face sometimes, but it gave me people skills. And I had to learn though. I had to learn how to take the orders, how to talk quickly over the speaker, how to get an order in and out of the drive-through quick. I mean, you have to learn things. You have to learn a set of skills. Just like if you want to be a cop, there's a lot of training that goes into being a cop. You can't just show up and be a cop, you'll get killed. So you have to, like when I started this business, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I heard that lady say she makes $2,000 a month from her phone. I'm willing to learn. I was willing to learn. There's a difference between people who aren't, and there's a difference between people who are. I was one of them who was willing to learn, and because of that, I am now making money from home that is just a blessing. So are you willing to show up for you? I don't care who's coming with you. I mean, I do, but are you willing to show up for you? Like at the end of the day, this is for you too. And so I started showing up, and yes, Kenzie's right. I went to this one team, one mission. They used to call it that. Now it's triad events. So I went to this triad event when I was like, I can't even remember. I think I had just gone diamond. And wouldn't you think that, like, I don't remember either. Don't you think you'd like have this squad just right behind you? Like you're rolling in deep with like a squad because you just went diamond, got a $10,000 bonus. And no. I walked in and I was by myself. I was all by myself. None of my team showed up, and I was like, Courtney, I'll never forget this. You guys, Courtney's one of our ambassador uplines. I looked at her and I said, why is it just me here? Now I can't even imagine saying that to her because like I know how it goes. But I'm like, why is it just me here? Like what is even going on? Like, and she was like, Kim, they're coming. My sister was my emerald, and she wouldn't show up to these events to save her life. She wouldn't show up. She wasn't willing. She thought she could do everything on her own. Love her. She's my best friend, but she thought she could do this all by herself. I will never forget her texting me when she was still kind of like in the business in 2016. She was thinking about coming to a try it. And I said, just pay the $11. Now it's like $17. But I said, you know, pay the $11 to get there and get your ticket. And she was like, I cannot even fathom paying $10 for an event that I've already been to. And I was like, what? What? I remember like, y'all, I've never wanted to argue with someone, and she was my sister. So like, I legitimately wanted to argue. I'm like, what? For what? You get to learn. You get to meet new people. You get to be inspired. You get to bring guests for free, and they literally stand on stage and do the work for you. It's working smarter, not harder. And I just remember her, like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, these events are gold. I live for these events. Maybe it's because I'm a blue, but I love events because, yes, it puts the fire in your belly. And if you continue, I am literally proof. I know that a lot of you on here are too, but like, I am proof. If you keep showing up, your team eventually just like comes in behind you. I will never forget being alone at that Try It event. And I'm like, is it ever going to like pay off? Like, are people actually going to show up with me? Because they say if you show up, you go up. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm not going nowhere with a team not showing up. Like, where am I going to go? And I remember just thinking, like, for real, man. But guess what? I still kept going to events. I ran out of gas on the way to events, you guys, not a joke. Like, I ran out of gas. And I would still show up because I wanted this so bad. I knew that I couldn't do this alone. And I needed the people either beside me like Kenzie or above me like Jen and Courtney. I needed people to cheer me on, to tell me you're not crazy. Like, we're going after the same things. So when you get in person and you start to rub belly to belly with your team, even if they're not, you know, literally below you, it feels good. You feel like, oh my God, if they can do it, I can do it. There's something about being in person. Like, you have to be willing to show up for you. Think about it that way. Like, show up for yourself. But it's really great when your team does it too. And if you're doing it, they're doing it too. And they'll eventually come in behind you. And like, my pictures just started to grow. All of a sudden there was like 5 people, then there was 10, then there was 20. And then my girl was bringing her 10 people. And like, it just gets crazy. And you're like, this is why I show up to things. This is what it means to be, you know, and every time one of my team comes to a Try It event or a training or a boot camp, they learn something. They have an aha moment. They're like, oh my God, that girl just changed my life. And they leave and they go and roll people because they've got this new profound why, because someone on stage said something insane. And so these Try It events are great. They're great for you, your team, but they're awesome for guests because I always think of myself, and I didn't want anything to do with this. So, oh, nice. We'll be there to support you, girl. We'll be there. And so, yeah, get to events. Even if your team isn't showing up, you need to show up and you need to make the effort and you need to be willing to learn, because the more that you show up, the more that you go up. So, and I'm talking about all events, not just Try It's. So, I said that for the last one. I'm so sad. Yeah. Yes, and you know, you're going to have girls who...
So...
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Amy. Sorry. Go ahead, Kenzie. Yeah.
No, that's all right. I wasn't able to read hers. I love that you said that. Are you willing to show up for you? Like, because I know how frustrating it can be when, like, your team isn't doing the things that you want them to do or should be doing or wishing that they would do and things like that. And so it can be so frustrating sometimes, especially when you're working really, really hard and you're like, what the heck? Nobody wants it as bad as I do or whatever. And so, but at the end of the day, are you willing to show up for you? Like, if nothing else, are you willing to show up for you? So I love that. Now, like the last Zoom that we did on this, as you know, like, we had Laura on with us, and, you know, I asked her like her daily, you know, like must-dos and things like that. Yours are pretty similar to mine, and I know that, you know, we have a little bit easier access for stuff like that from you. But I really I have a couple other things that I really, really want you to kind of touch on, because I know that you've been doing them because we've been talking about it. And, you know, because this month I really, really, really want to implement, as for our team as a whole, journaling. Like, I really, really want our team to really open up to doing that and on a consistent basis. And so if you could talk about, you know, because I know that you have done this as well, and like what it really means and what it has the potential of doing and why people do it, and just like, you know, just like touch on, you know, that essentially.
Yes, shall will. So this is like my happy corner where you see me sit. I know it doesn't look happy because of those blinds back there. Like eventually, maybe this month I'll replace those, but just don't really care. So Kenzie knows that's an inside joke. So listen, this is my happy corner. It has my rocking chair in it from when I was pregnant with Eric. I got this rocking chair for my sister. But I did clean them. You're right. Absolutely. So there's that. But this is my happy corner. If I'm not like in my office, I'm here when I'm trying to do stuff. And it's got like my recliner. Well, it's like a, you know, a baby, whatever. It's comfortable. Okay. It's a recliner rocking chair thingy. I've got a sign up here that says, one small positive thought in the morning can change your entire day. And then I have an end table with like a diffuser and like my spray, my lavender spray. This is my happy corner, and I'm getting to the point. And then in my like recliner chair thingy, it's got 2 side pockets because it's for freaking rocking a brand new baby, and you know, pockets are life. So in my pockets, even though my kids are toddlers now, I keep in my pockets are like if you don't, you know, I could use my end table too, but I've got my Dream Life journal and my pressing pause 100 quiet moments for moms to meet with Jesus. This is probably my most passionate subject, and all of it works. Alexis, can you mute yourself, boo-boo, in case you accidentally I worry that people might say something and they're like, crap, I wasn't muted. So I have these 2 things, and I sit down every single morning. You can ask Joe. He's in the other room. I literally tell him, I'll be right back. I got to go do my journaling. And he knows, like, it's going to be at least 30 minutes to an hour if I really feel like meditating and getting my life right with Jesus. Because why are you not pouring into yourself? Like, I can tell you right now, one of my girls missed her promotion last month simply because she wasn't pouring into herself. And I'm like, duh, how can you expect to run all month long, and just be on fire, but you're not even giving your brain the time of day, or you're not giving it to God first? Why are you not doing that? What makes you think you've got everything all by yourself? You don't. Your brain will start to, you're doing yourself a disservice big time if you're not giving God the time of day, and if you're not giving yourself a moment to just be grateful, be thankful, write down your goals, and just pray, and or meditate, and just think about what you want, you know? So I used to think this was crap. I used to think this kind of stuff was just silly, until I realized I have really bad anxiety. And when you realize, like, I have really bad anxiety, I should probably, you know, try to do something about that. So first of all, I found Jesus. Yay. Second of all, I started to actually, like, pour into myself. Yeah, right. Like, show of hands, right? And so I started to pour into myself. And it's made me a better mom, a better person, a better child of God, and a better leader for sure. I feel like this is like honest to God truth, y'all. You can laugh if you want. I am in this season of momentum in my business right now because of journaling and because of God. Those 2 things. Like, because I do those 2 things every single day. Like, you know, think about it. If your team's driving you crazy, if you're like, oh my God, I got all these things to do, this task list, the to-do list, you're going to feel so wore out. But think about it differently. Like, what if you got up in the morning, even if it wasn't first thing? What if you made time every morning to just like sit down, put your phone on do not disturb, and just do you for just a minute? Pour into who's most important, which is you. Imagine how the rest of your day will go. You'll be like, I can conquer anything. I can do all things through Christ. Like, I can do everything. So the reason that I have these 2 things is because, first of all, the Dream Life Everyday Journal by Denise Walsh, which is on Amazon, it's changed my life. It literally holds me accountable. So it holds me accountable. Like, it just makes me sit down and do more than just one thing. Because if you're like me, you're like, how do you journal? How the fuck do you even start journaling? Like, what do you want me to write down? You want me to pour out my... So I recommend this Dream Life journal big time because it literally tells you what to write down. So it starts with a morning prayer. And if I can be real with you, this morning prayer is probably my favorite part. And I'm going to read it to you guys just so that you understand why this kind of thing can change your life. So I'm just going to read you this part, and then I'll stop talking about the journal. So in the morning, imagine reading this prayer every morning. Thank you, God, for your amazing power and work within my life. I see all that you orchestrate in my life, and I am grateful for your influence. I am grateful for the people, the opportunities, and the experiences that are placed on my path. I will take bold steps to live out your purpose in my life today. I am accomplishing my dreams and have joy within my heart. Thank you for the explosion of goodness today as I live fully engaged with my heart and my eyes wide open to you. I choose to see you work within my life today and every day. Can you imagine how less frustrated you'd be if you're like, duh, God. It ain't about you. It ain't about what you're accomplishing right now. It's about God. And if it is his will, it will be done. So give it to him first. That prayer changes my whole morning. Like the part where it says, I am accomplishing my dreams and I have joy within my heart. I literally repeat that part over and over and over again, almost every time I read it, because I'm like, yes, I'm accomplishing my dreams and I have joy within my heart in everything that I do. And that prayer is just perfect, just perfect. When one of my girls are having a bad day, I just text that to them. I'm like, hey, don't forget, like, you're good. And it literally makes you write down your daily goal. You guys, it holds me in, it keeps me in check. When I write down every day I write down my next promotion goal, but a money goal attached to it. And so when I write that down every day, I'm like, dude, that makes me excited. That makes me excited. Like there's something about writing that down that makes me want to just get to work. Imagine writing down your biggest dream goal every single day. And this forces me to do it. It's right in here. And it gives you like a new to-do list every day with your gratitude game. And it, like, for instance, look around the room you're sitting in. And if you're not at home, picture yourself at home. What things do you think are so special? Like what gifts are so special to you? It's basically making you look around and just say, thank you. Thank you for the life that I get to live today, you know? And it makes you just pause for a minute. It makes you write down your prayer requests instead of filling it with grievances and like complaints, talking about how you want your life to look. So I write down 4 prayer requests. Like I wrote down, I'll tell you one of them. Bless our event tonight. I did a Triad event last month. I said, bless our event tonight. Let your love be loud enough through us and bring the people to us. So like I write down just prayer requests. I write down my dream life goal. I write down my affirmations every day. I love that it makes you cement. It says visualization. Cement your big goal in your mind by picturing yourself achieving it. What will your life look like when your goal is completed? Notice any new details you can see today. I see something new every day. I'm like, I cannot wait to be debt free. Like I genuinely, like I think about my dream life goal and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll be I'm already so happy. I am a very happy person. But it makes me so excited. And then it has you write down your 6 lists. It's actually a 5 list, but whatever. It makes you write down things you're going to get done that day that are not laundry and like taking care of your kids. Like it makes you write down income producing activities. And I love that. I need that. And then it even has a dream health action item. So every day I write down drink only water because I'm a pop addict. And then it asks you like, what do you want your relationships in your life today to look like? And I write down there's 4 different lines, but on one of those lines every day is to be very present and aware of my surroundings with my kids. Like I want to give my kids that undivided attention every single day. And sometimes you forget to do that. So I recommend that book, obviously, because I can't shut up about it. But really quickly, The Pressing Pause, 100 Quiet Moments for Moms to Meet with Jesus. This is really cool because if you don't know me, I have ADD. So it's very hard for me to sit down and read for a long time. I hate reading. I try, but this is like a 2-pager. And it literally talks to you and it talks to you through scripture. I need scripture in my life because I really do believe in the Bible. And I love the advice that these 2 moms that wrote this book, they give you the best advice ever through scripture. Like remember who your God is as your kids are driving you absolutely nuts. And so I love this book. I do recommend it. It takes me like 10 minutes to sit down and just do this. And it gives you stuff to write down every day too. So like today's was it wanted me to write down about what do you and your spouse most often agree or disagree on. And I put, I'm pretty blessed because he knows that what I say goes. You can probably hear me, but no, I'm kidding. He is like the same parent as me. So, you know, that's just me being funny, but really though, like it makes me just remember that life is busy, but don't forget that like your kids are watching everything you do, and to press pause and just be still with them when they're around. And when you're working your business, work your business. So do personal growth, my point, every day. Do personal growth, even if it's 10, 15, 30 minutes. If you want to be an overachiever, do it for an hour. Sit down and just like be still. Or watch a YouTube video. I know Kenzie watches a lot of YouTube, listens to a lot of YouTube when she's in the shower. I mean, she got 4 kids. So she's a little more busy than me, okay? But like you have to make time to fill your own brain space or you will be pouring from an empty cup. And that's pretty damn hard. That's all. That's all I'll say.
Yes, that was really good. I did Denise, that journal that Kim's talking about, like she made one before the one that Kim is on, and Kim did her first one as well. I've only done the first one and it was amazing. I loved it. Loved it. Absolutely. And so you just reminded me about her second one. I'm going to get on there and order it tonight because I need that.
Yep.
And I just started like back to my like old original journal. Yeah, it's in your Amazon cart. So definitely get that. What was I saying? Oh, and you guys, like, I mean, I don't know where everybody is like with their faith and stuff like that, or even maybe you guys like don't even believe, and that's okay. But you know, I do. I absolutely love God, so I definitely love that journal. And a side note, like Carrie Young says this all the time. She's like, who was the best entrepreneur in ever? Jesus. Like Jesus was the best entrepreneur there ever was. Like, you know, he went out and had to, you know, create or do all the things and bring the people and, you know, do all of that. And so, you know, she likes to read the Bible, like specifically the Bible for like, obviously for all the other reasons that she reads the Bible. She doesn't just read the Bible to grow her business, but you know what I mean? Like she can learn things from it to grow, that grows her business. But and another thing that I wanted to point out is that like Kim said, like the most important person, you guys, is you. Like, because if you think about it, you want to be a good mom, or if you're a mom, you want to be, you know, a great business owner, a good friend, a good student, a good, you know, employee if you're still working and, you know, you have a regular job and stuff like that. And what does it start with? All of those things, all of those hats that you wear, what does it start with? You. You wouldn't, you know, there would be no hat to put on anything if there was no you. And so you have to take care of you. And I am like the first to admit that I sometimes have to kick myself in the butt with not doing it as enough. Like I'll find myself in a position where I'm talking to Kim and I'm like, okay, I just need to go like pour into myself for a little bit because I can tell it's like bubbling up. Right. So, you know, it's just like, it's, even like she said, even a couple minutes, even like 5 minutes, you guys, 5 minutes makes a world of a difference. And especially if you can do it first thing in the morning, and even if at night too, if you can do something like that at night too, it really does make a difference. It changes your mindset. It really speaks it out into existence. Writing it down is so powerful, so powerful. I'm going to be going live in the group. That was the other video that I was talking to you guys in my last live today that I wanted to do and talk more and elaborate on journaling, because I just really think it can absolutely change the game for you in all areas of your life. Really, I truly do believe that. So what was the other thing I wanted you to touch on? Now I'm like losing track because we're all like, oh, journaling.
I love, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. And I did a live in my team page today, and I did talk for like a second on like comparing, you know, ourselves to like other people when we're, you know, on our journey and we're, you know, promoting and we're enrolling and we're doing this and that. Like, I don't really think that you've had much of an issue there, but I know that we were just talking about this when we were talking about, I almost said Cheyenne next, but that's not right. Shelby Bowman. Okay. So when we were talking about Shelby Bowman and how, you know, yeah, she was, you know, when she joined when she was like, what, like 19 or 20 or whatever, went presidential in like 10 months or something, like something crazy. And then she sat there at presidential for 7 years. 7 years. And, you know, it's crazy. So, but she went ambassador. Like there's so much that we can say about this business and like comparing and stuff like that, but like this happened, but you can still go ambassador, but you can still go diamond, but you can still go presidential, but you can still work the business, but you can still change from here on out. So like, I don't know, I guess if you had any like tips on that as far as like, you know, maybe like missing a goal or maybe just something like that. Like, because I know that, you know, with the bonuses on the line and stuff like that, some of us feel that pressure of like, you have to do it and you have to do it now. And if you miss it, like, that's really going to suck. And obviously we know a bonus is, you know, just a bonus and things like that. But, and definitely not deterring from working as hard as you can right now and riding that momentum wave for sure. But like, just like what it really truly means to, you know, build that rock solid foundation, because that's what's most important, and like not comparing yourself, that type of thing. Cause I kind of touched on that, but if, you know, people can hear from you as well, I think that would be cool.
Yeah. So like, y'all are going to hear a lot about Jesus through me because I love Jesus, but God has a plan for you, not for, I mean, yeah, he has a plan for everyone, but he has a plan for you. So like, why are you even looking at other people's plans? Like God didn't say, hey, I want you to watch Cheyenne Knox and do exactly as she does, because that's my plan for you. That's not his plan for me. That's not even his plan for me. So like, I love, if anything, I look at other people who are being more successful as inspiration. I am very close friends with Morgan Martin, closer than like a lot of the other leaders. And she is inspiration for me. And it'd be so easy for me to be like, why, Lord, is this girl that was literally sitting at like Ruby, then she went triple while I was triple, and like now she's presidential. Why not me? I've been doing this longer than her. She's younger than me. She like, what? But I don't care. I mean, I want, trust me, I'm chasing presidential. But you guys, my journey, you know, I hate to like sound so cliche, and Debbie Sasick, one of our ambassadors, says this all the time, but your journey truly is your journey. And if you get frustrated while you're on it, like that's okay for 2 seconds. But if you're going to get frustrated while you're on it, and you're going to get mad at the people who ain't working, you're going to get mad at where you're not at, that makes it like no fun. I know for a solid golden fact that I will never make more than $36,000 at another job. So like, I'm gonna have fun doing this and making what I do. And I do make really good money every month. And it took a lot of hard work and perseverance and consistency to get there. But now to say like what I make every month, and I have a team that helps so much, that's a blessing. Like, work your tail off, have fun doing it, and bring the right people with you. And it just becomes like, I can't even look left and right. Now, I will be super real with you. Katie Bevington is also a very close friend of mine. And if that girl gets in my inbox one more time asking if I'm presidential, I'm like, she's the only person ever that has made me feel like, shit, what? Okay, I better like, okay, what am I doing? Like, she's the only person that, like, literally, you guys, she texted me today. Listen to this. I'm like, oh my God. She messaged me today, because we message each other, I mean, often, but she messaged me today out of nowhere. And she said, hi, Kim, just me asking how Prez is coming. Are you doing this motherfucking thing in May or what? And I'm like, Katie, stop. Like, I love your accountability. Oh my God. But like, yes, I meant per month. I'm sorry. I meant per month. I will never make even $5,000 a month at another job. So like, I see the long term. Do y'all see the long term? Because if you see the long term, you won't get so mad about failing forward for just a moment. Maybe you miss your goal. Maybe you miss your mark. You guys, I've been saying, I've had presidential of June 2017 for now 2 years. Okay. It's fine. I'm not like saying like, oh, it's totally like, I'm great. It's okay to fail. It's totally fine. Just like keep falling. No. But it's okay to miss your goal. It doesn't, what did Cheyenne say the other day? It doesn't change the goal. It changes the timeline. And I have had a team fall apart so many times because God's like, that ain't the right team. It's still ain't the right team. Like, and I have now a team that I know I'm going presidential with. Let me tell you, they're the team I'm going presidential with. And so keep going, because I will literally never find another job. I will never be able to find a job that lets me do what I do in this business, inspire the type of people that I do. I mean, I don't get to inspire nobody at a factory, fast food, gas station, which is all I've ever done. I love this business. I love that I get to choose who I work with. I love waking up knowing that I can literally set out to achieve anything. It is so much better than waking up for a 9 to 5 where I know that I will never make any more than maybe sitting in a cubicle or making the same damn parts every day through and through. I might get $1 raise every once in a while. That's not fun to me. I wake up every day, you guys, with a purpose, with a passion, with literally a team waiting for me to answer their questions, and with people who are like, listen, girl, what triple X combo you been talking about? Because I want to use that. And it makes me so happy. Like, I genuinely love talking about the products with people. I love talking about the products with people. Like, I love telling them how much I love the keto coffee. It sounds like I'm being so salesy. I'm sure it does, but I'm being legit. Like, I love this coffee. And so wake up knowing that you can fully do this business with a passion and a purpose. And that's better than anything I will ever do ever. And like Eric Worre says, you're going to, how does he put it? Hold on, let me think of the words. With network marketing, you can, what I love about network marketing is while you're learning and growing, you're also getting a pretty damn good paycheck. I can't do that anywhere else. Like, I have failed forward so many times in this business, it's not even funny, but I've been able to get back up and give myself pay raises. I determine what I want to make every month, and I get to do it while having fun. I've never had a job like that in my life, and I don't even think I could go to college for anything like this. I hate school, so that's not even an option, but I don't think I could go to college for anything like this, for real. And so I love that I get to inspire people on a platform that didn't put me in debt. I get to wear whatever I want to wear. I get to be whoever I want to be. That's the most important. I am a weirdo of an individual, and I can't really be myself at a lot of other places. I sure as hell can't dress like myself at a lot of other places. So I love that I can be exactly who God put me on this earth to be while making an insane amount of money that I get to help give back. I get to help live our best life. I get to pay off debt. I get to, like, last example, one of my girls was going for Diamond last month, and she was running really hard. She missed it by a freaking sliver. She missed it by like a hair. Just like Cheyenne Knox missed Ambassador last month. No one thought that was coming. I sure didn't. I was like, no way. Oh my gosh, she missed it. That girl is fire, and she missed it. And she makes a really good video about why, that it's okay to miss your goals. It's okay. And so one of my girls was going for Diamond, and she woke up and she's like, I might have cried a little bit last night, but I'm back and I'm super excited for this month. And I said, that's all right. You're going to make $2,000 a month next month. Isn't that exciting? Like, you missed it last month. That was last month. That's in the past. It's okay. That's in the past. It's back there. Let it be back there. We're looking forward. So I'm like, you're going Diamond this month, and you're going to get a $2,000 or more paycheck in June. Isn't that exciting that you get to talk about that? And she is on fire. She missed her goal last month. She missed it the month before. That's when she wanted to go, was the month before last. And she missed it both months. And she still woke up like, where else am I going to have this much fun and make this much money and really, truly get to determine my paycheck? And I was like, that's right. Let's get it. Let's go. And she's so excited. So don't look left. Don't look right. Put your blinders on and just go for what your goals are, because they're yours. They're not anybody else's. And you get to wake up and be like, this is what I want to accomplish today. And this is what I want to do today. I literally was miserable at my other jobs. I'm talking miserable. I hated my life. I was always tired. I hated the people I worked with. This business is a blessing. So get after it, whatever your goals are, and just go for it. Don't stop until you get there, even if it takes you 8 years. Kenzie's slamming that orange. You get it, girl. I'm jealous.
I am. It was so good.
I'm so hungry.
So yes to all of that. And like Amy, like how you mentioned like that thing about your team, and you know what, it's funny because sometimes we can like get so like, depending on what it is, who we are, when it's happening, we can kind of get a little discouraged when the bumps or the bad things or the totally unexpected things happen. But listen, like, do you really want, I mean, of course we don't want, you know, bumps in the road. Of course we don't want bad things to happen, or we don't want bigger challenges. Really? Like, do we really want them? No, not really. But do you really want a perfect business that was so easy?
No.
This rank that was so easy to achieve, you know, how are you really going to help your team when they, because their journey is going to be different. They're going to hit bumps and stuff like that. So what you're doing is you're experiencing them for yourself, so you can teach them it's okay. Because listen, when it happened to me, or something similar happened to me, this is how I dealt with it. And look, that didn't faze me. Here I am today helping you. So you're going to do the same thing for your team, and so on and so forth. So I love that. And I love that, you know, who you're talking about just woke up with, like, all right, let's go, let's do it. And, you know, again, mindset, again, you know, pouring into yourself and stuff like that. And I had another point to make off of something that you just said that I was going to elaborate, and I just freaking lost it.
It's
I
gone.
don't remember what it was. But yeah, it's just out of here. It's one with the orange.
Gone.
But I don't know, you guys. I don't remember what it was.
Well, while she's thinking, maybe this will help you think. Maybe this will help you think. But yeah, I was just reading Amy's comment, and honestly, this is like, I wish people knew how real I was being. Like, when I went diamond, you know, that took back in the day, that took about 24 people. And it was just me and my sister hustling. That's it. It was just me and my sister. So, like, first of all, you can go diamond with like one person. Okay. But that whole diamond team quit, like, shortly after I went diamond. I did not go double diamond with any. I think I had like 2 people from my diamond chart that went double with me. And I had like a couple people from my double chart go triple with me. And to this day, the only person left on my chart that went triple with me is my mom and Kaylee. That's it. And you're going to have people quit, but that's why we enroll every month. Like, that's why there's the steps to success. If you're not enrolling every month, what are you even doing? Guess what? If you're not enrolling every month, neither is your team. Then you're like, oh my God, where'd my volume go? And I had to learn the hard way. And I love that I can now tell my team, like, listen, don't do what I did. I can teach you the wrong things to do, for sure. So don't do those things. Listen, take this from me. Like, you need to be enrolling new distributors every month, even if you're like, but I enrolled 5 last month. I'm good. My team's no. Your team's doing the same thing you're doing. And we have the steps to success in place for a reason. And I love, oh my God, I just mid-sentence, I just lost what I was talking about. Oh my gosh, mom brain. Oh my gosh. Having people walk out of the business, I'm like, okay, that just means they weren't meant to be here. I've literally had people tell me, I quit. Like, sometimes people just silently ghost and walk back out and you don't even realize. But I've had people come up to me and say, I am done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm like, okay. Like, what? You're not even in control of that. Why fret over something that literally is out of your hands? It's not even in your control. Like, things that are in my control are eating right and drinking more water and working out and like being a good mom. Those things are in my control. So if those kinds of things go wrong, okay, yeah, that's kind of on me. But if my team quits, okay, well, I didn't do anything to make you quit. So like, that's out of your control. So you move on and you find a new rock star. And like, I love that even though I've had teams quit on me, which it wasn't even on me, it was just they quit, I still rose up and I rose above and I said, that's all right. I've got a plan. I've got a goal, and I'm not going to let them take me down from reaching it. You just find new people. There's 7 billion people in this world. Go reach out to them. Go talk to them. And from that, you know, great example, Kaylee, my rock star, she enrolled a rock star 3 months ago who is literally going to go double diamond this month. That wasn't me. I didn't enroll her. Kaylee did. And from that, I have a double diamond happening this month. Like, what? So you just have to be willing to like find the people and then teach your team to find the people. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what just happened? So anyway, I saw her comment. I wanted to kind of touch on that because that's okay that your team quit. Some of them, it's all right.
Yeah, like Cindy says, you just pray them in and you pray them out. That's all you can do.
Yep.
And I remembered what I was going to say. I think it might have been a Zoom that I was listening to with Cheyenne Knox on it. Maybe Cheyenne said it or somebody, or maybe it was, I don't remember. It was a recent Zoom that I had listened to because I remember writing it down later so I didn't forget. And it was when we were talking about like, let me back up. When I was like trying to elaborate on like, would you want like an easy, perfectly cookie cutter business happen for you, right? No. And as the saying goes, we've all heard this saying, but it really made me stop and think about it for a second. Just the simple saying, easy come, easy go, right?
Mm-hmm.
If your business is just, it's like, if it's like something is just so simple and it's just like handed to you, it doesn't really mean much. It doesn't really probably hold much value. It doesn't, you didn't have to work that hard for it. It's not like this, it's, the easier thing is for something to get, the easier it is for it to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it'll be the same for your team. If it was just like so simple and effortlessly happening for everyone on your team, then it doesn't hold much value to nobody, really. It's just kind of like, well, it wasn't that hard to get, so they're not attached to it. And it's like, I thought about that for a while. I'm like, good, like that simple little saying holds value so much on its own. I was like, dang, that makes sense. So like for instance, like if somebody bought you something, or like a kid went and got a toy bought for them or whatever, and it was like it got broken, they're kind of like whatever, versus like if that kid had to actually save up their own money and put their own effort in and buy the toy themselves, then they might care about it a little bit more. They might take care of it a little bit better and actually take care of it a little bit better. And
appreciate.
So anyways, you're making me lose my train of thought. Get out of here. So yeah, so I was just like, that simple little saying just makes so much sense. So anyways, I don't think that there was like a whole lot of other stuff I was gonna say to you.
Is that Lee? Oh my God, I thought that was Michael the whole time.
Yes. No, he's sleeping. This is like,
oh,
I have
I'm like
one dog snoring over here, and the other dog, and then the other dog is like whimpering because she just got fixed today, so I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, that's right.
So, but right, yeah. So anyways, I just thought that was just really, really important for us to be reminded of, because the harder that you work. Oh, this is another point. Sorry, I'm getting kind of sidetracked, but this is what I really want to say this. So like for instance, you hear from a lot of leaders now, like I'm trying to think, who freaking was it? Katie Bevington even mentioned this on one of her Zooms. Like they were talking about how, because they waited that extra time and because they took time to build more solid and stuff like that, the actual promotion itself was so much easier to achieve. Oh my God. So much easier to achieve than it otherwise would have been. You know what I'm saying? So like, does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes. And it's more sustaining.
Like versus like when you're trying to. Yes.
Yeah.
Like you hear them now. Like I've heard several leaders say that, like, it just happened. It was so, it was the most magical. It was the least stressful promotion that I've had or whatever, because it was just so much more solid and it came together in such of like the diamonds, were already there and ready, so many more diamonds were already there and ready before the top promotion even happened. So like, it was like allowing that growth to really, really happen. Of course, there was a hell of a lot of effort. There was a hell of a lot of action, and all of that taking place for, in all sorts of areas. But like at the end, like waiting that time and really building strong made it happen so much easier. So I don't mean that as far as, easy come, easy go, because in that sense, but like, I just wanted to like justify
it's worth it. I guess. Yeah. So it makes you appreciate your journey even more. Like it literally makes you appreciate all the hard work you've done when you finally have someone come in your business and you're like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. And like Katie Bevington, makes me want to throw up. But when she went presidential, she's like, it just happened. And I'm like, shut up. She's like, it literally just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was so, she goes, it was God, because it was literally flawless. It was effortless, and it was so smooth. And I'm like, I bet it was. Was it so smooth, Katie? Was it so smooth? But I'm like, was it so freaking smooth? But it was so just, it's like, yeah, because she hustles, y'all. She hustles big time, and she is so red. Like, there is no getting in between her and her belief in her hustle. There's no getting in between it, and that's what I love about her. Like, I need that, but she's crazy. So I mean, I was gonna say something too, and now it's gone. But like, you just have to be willing to take action. And, last month, we saw someone on our team, hit a pretty big promotion, and then she kind of got knocked down in April. And I said to my girl, I said, listen, this is where we really get to know, though. I said, not to be like rude, but kind of like Kenzie was saying, I kind of like having the valleys, because that's where you have your biggest growth. That's where God works on you the most, is in your valleys. He literally takes the time, and like, he meets you in your darkest places, and he says, hi, trust me. Like, that's where he gets to really, really work on you, is in those dark places. And so, I'm sorry, but like, I don't mind the valleys. I grow in them. And even in the valleys where I'm like, oh, right now I'm literally in one and this sucks, I still am like thankful. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, anyway. And so, this girl hit a very big promotion, and then she kind of went through her valley in the beginning of April. And I was like, I said to my friend, I said, well, this is where we'll really get to know whether or not she's in this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and guess what? April, like, 16th came around, she got out of her pity party, and she was like, I need to get to work. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, here we go. Like, that's how you know that you found someone who truly gets the bigger picture and wants this. Guess what? She was good. She maintained her rank, and now she's going for double. And like, she's on fire, and she learned the most in her valley. And I was like, I'm so glad you hit it. I was waiting for you to hit a valley, because honestly, she thought this was all butterflies and roses for a minute. And I'm like, it's not like, it's not always going to be butterflies and roses. So, I thought that was really cool. Like, I literally said, I'm like, this is where we will get to know. This is where we will know whether or not she's here to stay. And it was like the coolest moment, watching her fall, but then get right back up. It was so cool. I'm like, yes. Like, it's like watching a fight. You're like, yes, she got up. She's good. So that was really cool.
It's like Rocky grabbing the like side railings, and he's like climbing.
Yeah.
He's like, Adrian. Anyways, so so you guys, I totally agree with what Kim said. I mean, partly because of what I got to experience at the women's conference, just about valleys and all of that. But like, I seriously, like, this year, it was just like so amazing to really kind of feel in a place of being thankful for those valleys. Like, it took me a long time, because like, I used to be one of those people that are like, WTF, like, what the crap, like, why is this happening, blah, 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 and getting pissed off and frustrated and all this stuff. But now I'm like, okay, what do I need to learn right now? What do I need to do here? Like, all right, work it out. Like, we got to figure this out. Like, what do I need to do? And that took a lot. That took a long time for me to be in that sort of space, to be welcoming valleys and growth and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so anyways, we have been on here. We have like kept you for a full friggin' hour now.
I hate you guys.
So I know, right? Get off the Zoom now. So what else would you like add? Would you like add anything? I mean, obviously we kind of like just went on random little tangents here, but, or do you guys have any like specific questions real quick that you wanted to just like quickly, give an answer to? Put those in the chat before we pop off. But if there's anything that you're like, okay, so right now, Oh yeah. That's another that I did want her to talk about that. Thank you, Crystal.
Well, I'm also
gonna some tips, obviously, for the half off deal for DTs right now.
Well, let me do that then. I was actually gonna kind of end it with that. It is only May 2nd. Like, hi, wake up. So, how many of you are gonna wait till May 15th to start enrolling? Because you're like, it's fine, it's fine. I'll just wait until May 15th, and then like until the 31st. Like, so like from the 15th through the 31st, I'll work. But in the meantime, like I have shows to watch, and like I have like popcorn to eat at night, and I just have chilling to do. But on the 15th, like it's go time. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's May 2nd, and it's time to like go. Like I literally told my team, I'm like, I want to see all your guys' goals right now. All of them. Send them. And I want them written out. I want to see your goals. So they did. So I encourage you guys, first of all, write down your goals. What do you want to accomplish this month? And I want you to break it down. Like I literally helped her break it down. Oh my gosh, Katie Bevington just did a video on YouTube and it'd be looking flawless. I'm going to send you guys my how to enroll distributors video that I just did on Sunday. Because it'll help you guys with like how to get out there and enroll distributors. But you're welcome. So that'll be more lengthy and it'll be more helpful. But I do want to say, write down your goals. So I want you guys, and one of the biggest things I think people do is they default. They're like, oh, you want me to like talk about my goals? Cool. Okay, I want to be Ruby. No. What do you want to do this month to go Ruby? Is it an hour of personal growth every day? Is it watching Earl Nightingale's video called The Strangest Secret every single night before bed? Like I'm going to do, I just thought of that. I'm going to do that every night this month. It's so good. Are you going to sign 2 customers a day? Are you going to sign 2 customers a week? Are you going to go for 150 volume every single week? Are you enrolling at least 1 distributor a week this month? What do you need? Crystal, are you serious? Watch that. Oh my gosh. It's going to change your whole life. Is that a snake? Am I going to throw up right now? Okay, wait. Oh, okay. Oh my God. I thought it was a snake. I was about to throw up. He's being Lee. Cool. So banana party over here. But like, anyway, Kenzie's so lost. Anyway. So like, what do you need to accomplish this month to actually hit your goals? If you don't know what you're going after, then you're literally running in the dark. Imagine actually running in the dark. You don't even know where you're going. You're going to run into stuff. Like, Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret is what it is, Amy. So life-changing. But imagine running in the dark. You're literally going to run into things. You're going to go off your path. You're accidentally going to bump into people. Like, it's going to be just a hot mess, right? But if you know exactly what you need to achieve your goals, it is that much more likely. And looking at them, you're way more excited. So, I mean, get your chart out. Like, get your chart out. Are you going for Ruby, Emerald, Diamond? Like, what are you going for? Half the time people are claiming ranks on my team and they don't even know how to get to the ranks. And then I'm like, well, it's probably not going to happen then. Hi, duh. Like, you need to pull out. I'll literally have someone go, I'm going Emerald this month. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me see your chart. And they're like, oh, I don't even know where that's at. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So you're just like hoping and dreaming. All right, cool. So print out your chart and know exactly where you need things placed. How many distributors you need in place to do it. And I recommend having all of your distributors in place by the 10th or the 15th of the month, so that for the rest of the month, you can just go for that volume and, helping them get their volume and stuff like that. So I know exactly what I need to go presidential. I know exactly what I need. And, I'm talking like numbers and everything. And so you guys have to know exactly, who's running, who are your runners. Just inspire them. You don't need to be placing in them. Just inspire them. Just coach them. I hate to say the word motivate, but motivate those people. Not that you really can do that. You can inspire, but know exactly what you're going after. And then when I just had a girl who's going for Emerald this month, she messaged me and said, she literally, like, I called her out on it. You guys, I could show you, but we've been conversating so much that it's probably gone. But I called her out on it. She said, I am Emerald this month, but I cannot get distributors to sign for the life of me. And I'm like, okay, you can't get distributors to sign, or you're actually not asking people? And she's like, oh, well, I mean, no, I guess I'm not really asking people. And I'm like, then how do you think you're going to sign in distributors? Did you think they were just going to magically appear in your e-suite? Like, I'm sorry, what? And she thanked me, because I can be pretty brutally honest. And I'm like, girl, you just thought they were just going to come. Don't say you can't sign distributors when in actuality you mean you're not asking nobody. There's a difference. So how many people are you asking to join your team? And stop making it complicated. Stop saying like, well, what's the right verbiage? What's the, what do I say? Like, how do I approach them? You be you. And you just say, hi, have you ever thought of doing what I do? And so I'm going to read, this is what I'll end with, and then I'm going to send that YouTube video to Kenzie so that she can post it in your group. But I'm going to end with this. I texted a friend of mine that I literally have not talked to since I went to the alternative ed in Charlotte. Like, I don't even know her last name. Crap. Am I going to be able to find this? I've messaged a lot of people since messaging her yesterday. Uh-oh, am I going to be able to find it? Oh, God, I don't know if I can find it now. What is her last name? She changed it, you guys. Hold on. I really want to show you like what I said because it was that simple. And people just overcomplicate messaging. And I'm like, what are you even doing? Like, all you need to say is hello. Have you ever thought of, give them a compliment and go from there. But, I know it. Hold on. I know her maiden name. Let's see if it pops up. Yep. Found it. All right. So this is what I messaged her. I said, hey, boo, I hope things are going so well with you after surgery and whatnot. Tying my tubes was the best decision I ever made. So, like, do you see what I did? Like, I went and stalked her for a second first because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have known that she was recuperating from a surgery and I would have sounded like a complete D. Sometimes people literally post like, I can't believe my cat just passed away. I'm so sad. And then you're in their inbox, like super excited about life. And they're like, did you not just see my post? Like, can you not be rude? So I just said, hey, boo, I hope things are going well with you after surgery and whatnot. Tying my tubes was the best decision ever. LOL. I wanted to reach out, though, because we've known each other a while, and I know you know what I do. Have you ever thought about making a side hustle income from social media with me? I think we'd have so much fun, and it's half off right now, but I only have 10 spots. And she was like, I have been watching you, like in a nutshell. She was like, I have been watching you. I've literally known her since I was like 16. She was one of my good friends in the, it was called the Annex, the school I went to. And she was really cool. And, but we don't know each other anymore really. And she has kids now. And I just was like, sometimes you have to be bold. Sometimes you have to like get a little bit shaky and a little bit like sweaty before you go and send that message. And if you feel nervous, it's because you're getting outside of your comfort zone. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That means that you might get a no, but oh my God, if you get a yes, like, oh my God, that could change your whole business. So just ask the people and watch my YouTube video if you want to. I'll send that to Kenzie right now.
Yes, that was so good. Like, just making an ass out of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
hold up. I just saw something in the chat I want to read.
Oh.
I think I didn't hear this. I'm getting so scared now that they're untied. Oh.
What?
Okay. Amy. Amy just got her tubes untied. Paid for by It Works, by the way. $8,500, right?
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Okay. Anyway, that's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did it.
That is crazy. I might have some questions for you later.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I like don't know when you guys are done talking because I have the lag on my end, so I'm like, are they done talking? But anyways, thank you for that tip. Definitely send me the video so we can check it out. And I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you hopping on again. Like I already said though in the beginning, but seriously, I appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. And I love, you and I get to talk, off to the side all the time, but like not everybody, gets to have this time with you. So I really, really appreciate it. And okay, you guys, just so you know, I can confirm Kim just sent me the video via text, so I do have it. She was lying, like we thought she was, but no, but for real, I appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. And I know the girls that definitely probably got a lot from you, especially, just like casting that vision and being real and stuff like that, because I have, sometimes it's hard seeing, you know, other leaders and stuff like that, especially when we do everything from friggin' social media now. It's hard to like realize that other distributors are, or other leaders are like going through certain things or aren't like perfect or whatever and know what they're doing all the time. So I really appreciate it. And if nobody else has any questions, we can, you know, go ahead and hop off. So does anybody have any last minute question that they want to make sure that they ask Triple Diamond Kim K?
But
We're
yeah,
gonna
if
go
no
once.
one,
We're gonna go twice.
we're gonna go gone. Gone. No, but for real, this was super fun and you're so welcome. And I'm so excited to see y'all kill it this month. And I'm gonna go eat food now because I think my stomach is eating itself. But I am so excited for you guys. So thanks for having me on, Kenzie.
Yes. Thank you guys for hopping on and plugging in. So have a good night, guys.
Bye.